Genetic programming. The genetic programming algorithm was designed for inductive automatic programming and is well suited to symbolic regression, controller design, and machine learning tasks under the broader name of function approximation. The genetic programming algorithm is an example of an evolutionary algorithm and belongs to the field of evolutionary computation, and more broadly computational intelligence and biologically inspired computation. The genetic programming algorithm is a sibling to other evolutionary algorithms such as genetic algorithm, evolution strategies, evolutionary programming, and learning classifier systems. Technically, the genetic programming algorithm is an extension of the genetic algorithm that works with programs that solve a problem instead of a function or a numerical solution to other types of problems. A very interesting fact is that the genetic operators employed during reproduction in the algorithm may be considered transformation programs for candidate solutions and may themselves be co-evolved in the algorithm. Certainly, this is a more complex problem for evolutionary computing, but it has been developed in a wide range of fields and is now being applied very frequently, resulting in very good program solutions. There are many ways to represent genetic programming. Some of them are listed here. Each one represents a different way to represent a logical structure of the algorithm in order to make possible the evolution of parts of the code. In this sense, some are more efficient than others. The tree-based genetic programming, the computer program are represented in tree structures that are evaluated recursively to produce the resulting multivariate expression. Traditionally, a tree node is an operator and each leaf is a variable. This was the first application of genetic programming. There are several other types which are typically more efficient in their execution of the genetic operators. However, tree-based genetic programming provides a visual means to engage new users of genetic programming and remains viable when built upon a fast programming language or underlying suite of libraries. The genetic programming individual is designed to store computer programs in such a way that they can be optimized using an evolutionary approach. As stated before, genetic algorithms operators like mutation and crossover depend on the representation of the attributes of an individual and also the calculation of the fitness of an individual. The fitness of an individual can be evaluated by executing the program under varying conditions, and the behavior or the output of the program can be used to estimate the fitness. Selection. The commonly used selection method in genetic programming is the tournament selection. In the tournament selection, the parents are selected by doing multiple small tournaments between members. For each tournament, and arbitrarily selected individuals from the population are put into a tournament group. Then the best individual of the tournament group is selected as possible parent and copied into the parent population. Like in the roulette wheel selection, a single individual can occur multiple times in the parent population. Crossover. The genetic programming crossover is performed by selecting two subtrees by chance from the parents and exchange them to create the descendants. The genetic programming mutation is performed by selecting a subtree of the descendant by chance and to exchange the subtree with an arbitrarily generated new subtree. In the following diagram, we can see the main steps of a genetic programming algorithm, which is very similar to genetic algorithms. The difference between these two is, as we already know, the characteristics of each individual of the population, but the main concept of evolution and fitness remains exactly the same.